During the 2nd century CE, Roman Empire was at the height at its power and territorial extent. This power came from the fascinating military organization of the empire. In this video, we will go through the distribution of Roman legions across various provinces, highlighting Rome's strategic deployment and the sheer scale of its military presence. Stay until the end of the video where we discuss the economic burden of legions on the empire's economy and its comparison with modern armies. Also, consider to subscribe and turn on post notifications because it helps a lot. By the 2nd century CE, the Roman army was a formidable force, comprised of approximately 30 legions, each consisting of around 5,000 to 6,000 soldiers. This amounted to a standing army of roughly 160,000 men. Each legion was a self-contained unit, equipped with its own infantry, cavalry, and support services, capable of independent operations and sustained campaigns. The legions were the backbone of Rome's military might, supported by auxiliary units and a sophisticated logistical network. The Roman legion was more than just a group of soldiers. It was an elite force that embodied Roman discipline, organization, and engineering prowess. Each legion was composed of 10 cohorts, with each cohort consisting of 6 centuries. A century, led by a centurion, was made up of about 80 men. The first cohort was the most prestigious, containing the best soldiers and being twice the size of the other cohorts. Additionally, legions included non-combatant personnel who played crucial roles in logistics, medical care, and engineering. The distribution of these legions across the Roman Empire was not arbitrary but rather a calculated response to the political, economic, and military needs of the empire. 3 legions were deployed in Britannia. The legions stationed in Britannia included Legio II Augusta, Legio VI Victrix, and Legio VI Valeria Victrix. These legions were primarily responsible for maintaining control over the local population and defending against incursions from the north, particularly from the Picts and other tribes. The construction of Hadrian's Wall around 122 CE under Emperor Hadrian was a significant defensive measure, aiming to fortify the northern boundary of the province and keep the northern tribes at bay. Hadrian's Wall, stretching approximately 73 miles from the River Tyne to the Solway Firth, was a remarkable feat of engineering. It included numerous forts, mile castles, and turrets, manned by the legions and auxiliary units. This structure not only served a military purpose but also facilitated the control of trade and movement, effectively marking the northern limit of Roman Britain. 4 legions were stationed in Gaul. Gaul, comprising modern-day France and parts of Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany, was a critical region for Rome due to its rich resources and strategic position. The legions here, such as those stationed in Lugdunum, modern Lyon, and Mogontiacum, modern Mainz, safeguarded the northern frontiers and facilitated the integration of the Gallic tribes into the Roman fold. Their presence ensured the security of important Roman roads and trade routes, which were vital for the economic stability of the region. The Gallic provinces were significant for their agricultural output, particularly grain and wine, as well as their mineral resources. The legions in Gaul also played a role in maintaining the Roman road network, which was essential for the movement of troops and trade. The Via Agrippa, a major road network constructed under Emperor Augustus, connected key cities in Gaul and facilitated the rapid deployment of legions. 2 legions in Rhaetia. The legions in Rhaetia, stationed in forts such as Augusta Vindelicorum, modern-day Augsburg, played a crucial role in defending the Danube frontier against Germanic incursions. They were also instrumental in maintaining the limes, the fortified boundary of the empire in this region. Rhaetia, located in modern-day Switzerland and parts of Germany and Austria, was strategically important for controlling the Alpine passes and ensuring the security of the northern Italian provinces. The limes in Rhaetia included a series of watchtowers, fortlets, and larger forts that provided early warning of enemy movements and served as bases for patrols and skirmishes against Germanic tribes. The presence of legions in this region also facilitated the Romanization of the local population, as veterans often settled in the area after their service. 1 legion was stationed near Germania. The legion stationed in Germania, particularly at Vetera, modern-day Xanten, was a key part of the defense system along the Rhine River. These troops were essential in countering the constant threat posed by the various Germanic tribes and ensuring the stability of this strategically vital region. The legions in Germania were often engaged in campaigns beyond the Rhine, attempting to expand Roman influence and control. The defeat of 3 Roman legions at the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest in 9 CE was a significant setback for Roman ambitions in Germania. However, subsequent emperors, including Tiberius and Germanicus, undertook punitive expeditions to restore Roman prestige and secure the Rhine frontier. The legions in Germania also supported the construction and maintenance of the Limes Germanicus, a series of fortifications along the frontier. One legion was stationed in Italia. The presence of a legion in Italy, the heartland of the empire, was largely symbolic, reflecting the stability of the region. This legion, often the Praetorian Guard, served as a rapid response force if needed, and also provided protection to the emperor and the city of Rome itself. The Praetorian Guard was an elite unit, distinct from the regular legions, and had significant political influence. The Praetorian Guard, established by Augustus, was stationed in Rome and its immediate vicinity. These troops were not only responsible for the personal safety of the emperor, but also played a role in suppressing internal dissent and maintaining order in the capital. Their loyalty was crucial, and they were often involved in the political machinations of the imperial court. The Praetorian Guard's prefects, who commanded the unit, were among the most powerful individuals in the empire. In Hispania, there was only one legion deployed too. The legion in Hispania, typically stationed in Tarraco, modern Tarragona, played a vital role in maintaining order in the province. Hispania was a rich source of silver, lead, and other minerals, making it economically significant for Rome. The legions also supported the Romanization of the local population and the integration of the Iberian Peninsula into the empire. Hispania was divided into several provinces, including Hispania Tarraconensis, Hispania Baetica, and Lusitania. The legions in Hispania were involved in various military campaigns, including the suppression of local rebellions and the defense of the region against external threats. They also contributed to the construction of infrastructure, such as roads and aqueducts, which facilitated economic development and the movement of troops. Meanwhile, the one legion stationed in Africa, based near Carthage, safeguarded the critical grain supply lines that were vital for feeding Rome. Africa Proconsularis, as the province was known, was one of the empire's breadbaskets, and its stability was crucial for Rome's food security. The fertile lands of the region produced vast quantities of grain, olive oil, and other agricultural products. Carthage, once a formidable rival of Rome, had been rebuilt and transformed into a major Roman city. The legion in Africa played a role in protecting the province from external threats, such as raids by desert nomads and internal disturbances. They also supported the local administration in implementing Roman policies and ensuring the efficient collection and transportation of grain to Rome. Turning to the eastern provinces, we have 10 legions stationed in the Balkans that included Noricum, Pannonia, Moesia, and Dacia. The Balkans were heavily militarized due to their strategic importance. The legions here defended against potential threats from the north and east and maintained Roman control over newly conquered territories such as Dacia, which was annexed by Emperor Trajan after his successful campaigns in 101 to 106 CE. Fortresses along the Danube, such as Singidunum, modern-day Belgrade, and Durostorum, modern-day Silistra, were key defensive positions. The Balkans region was crucial for controlling the Danube River, which served as a major frontier of the empire. The legions stationed here were involved in continuous military operations to secure the frontier and integrate newly conquered territories. The construction of the Limes Moesia, a series of fortifications along the Danube, was a significant aspect of the Roman defensive strategy in this region. In the eastern Mediterranean, that included Bithynia, Cappadocia, Lycia, Cilicia, Mesopotamia, and Syria, there were 8 legions deployed. The eastern provinces were crucial for their economic wealth and strategic position. These legions protected against the perennial threat of Parthia and other eastern kingdoms. The legions stationed in Syria, such as Legio III Gallica and Legio IV Scythica, were often at the forefront of conflicts with the Parthian Empire and played significant roles in Roman-Parthian wars. The eastern provinces were economically vital due to their rich resources, including grain, wine, olive oil, and luxury goods such as silk and spices. The legions in these regions ensured the security of key trade routes, including the Silk Road, which connected the Roman Empire with China and the East. The Roman-Parthian frontier was a constant source of tension, with frequent conflicts and shifting alliances. The legions stationed in the east were often engaged in large-scale military campaigns to secure Roman interests and expand the empire's influence. Another important region was Egypt, although only one legion was stationed there. Egypt was a vital economic asset, providing much of the empire's grain through the fertile Nile Delta. The legions stationed in Egypt, primarily based in Alexandria, ensured the stability and security of this key province. The prefect of Egypt wielded considerable power, balancing the interests of the local population with those of Rome. Egypt's grain shipments were essential for feeding the population of Rome and other major cities. Alexandria, the capital of Roman Egypt, was a major center of commerce, culture, and scholarship. The legion in Egypt also played a role in protecting the province from external threats, such as incursions by desert tribes and potential rebellions. The Roman administration in Egypt was highly efficient, with a well-developed bureaucracy that managed agricultural production and ensured the steady flow of grain to Rome. One legion in Cyrenaica was tasked with maintaining order in the region and supporting the overall security of the eastern Mediterranean. Cyrenaica, located in modern-day Libya, was strategically important for controlling the eastern approach to Egypt. The province was known for its fertile land and production of grain and other agricultural products. Cyrenaica had a significant Greek-speaking population and was culturally diverse. The Roman legions stationed here helped to integrate the province into the Roman administrative system and maintain stability. The legions in Cyrenaica also supported naval operations in the eastern Mediterranean, ensuring the security of sea routes and the protection of Roman interests. The maintenance of such a vast military force was a significant economic undertaking. The total army budget was approximately 150 million denarii, representing about 2.3% of the Roman Empire's total GDP. This expenditure underscores the importance placed on military strength and the resources required to sustain it. The Roman economy was deeply intertwined with its military, as the legions not only protected but also facilitated trade and economic integration across the empire. The economic impact of the military was multifaceted too. The construction of fortifications, roads, and other infrastructure by the legions stimulated local economies and facilitated the movement of goods and people. The presence of legions also provided economic opportunities for local populations, including trade with soldiers and the provision of goods and services. The Roman military budget covered not only the costs of soldiers' salaries and equipment, but also the construction and maintenance of forts, roads, and other essential infrastructure. For context, if we provide a comparison with modern military spending, we will notice that the United States spends around 3.74% of its GDP on military expenditure, including the Navy and Air Force. This comparison highlights both the scale of Roman military investment and the enduring importance of military spending in securing and maintaining political power. The economic burden of the Roman military was considerable, yet it was a necessary investment for the empire's continued expansion and dominance. Modern military expenditure, like that of ancient Rome, encompasses a wide range of costs, including personnel, equipment, research and development, and infrastructure. The Roman emphasis on a well-equipped and well-trained standing army reflects a similar prioritization of military readiness and capability in contemporary military strategy. The strategic deployment of legions across the Roman Empire reflects the priorities and challenges of Roman imperial policy. The concentration of legions in volatile or strategically important regions illustrates Rome's approach to maintaining control over its vast territories. The presence of legions in remote provinces like Britannia and Dacia signifies the empire's commitment to its farthest-flung borders, while the distribution in more stable regions like Italia and Hispania highlights the differing security needs across the empire. The Roman legions were instrumental in shaping the history of the empire and the regions they occupied. Their presence facilitated the spread of Roman culture, language, and law, contributing to the Romanization of diverse populations. The strategic placement of legions allowed Rome to respond quickly to threats and maintain control over its territories, ensuring the stability and prosperity of the empire, ensuring a balance of offensive and defensive needs of the Roman Empire.